The quadratic formula. Class, will solving by factoring always work? No, it will not always work. Partner A, tell partner B, what is the quadratic formula? Angel C, tell us the quadratic formula.
B over 2 negative B plus or minus that B square root squared minus 4 and then AC divided by
All over what?
all over 2A.
And this is the x. Angel R, what is our A, B, and C value from this problem that we started with?
A is 1, B is 11, C is 24.
Angel is not tempted to pick negative 24. Remember, it has to be set equal to 0. So let's highlight this problem. So we're going to use the quadratic formula for this problem in orange. Although we solved by factoring, I want to show you guys how this also works for the quadratic formula. So the first thing we'll do is we'll identify the A, B, and C. And then we're going to substitute in those numbers into the quadratic formula. Now last class, we did a problem. I took up 3 students. And of the 3 students, 2 of them got it wrong because simply they just didn't write down the quadratic formula. Everyone say write it down? Write this down every single problem. It sounds silly, but I don't want you to be one of those 2 students who just gets a problem wrong. So every B value we're going to write down what number? 11. I'm just using highlighters so you can kind of visually see it. A value is 1. And C value is 24. Let's do our substitutions. Tony, your B value? Turn it off. Keep going, Tony.
All plus or minus? And then the square root. Keep going. 11. Squared. And then minus 1. And then 24.
Tony, what number is that?
4.
4.
And 1.
Yep,
And 24.
correct.
And then 2. And 1.
Another mistake from last class is not using parentheses for your substitutions. So every letter or every highlighted number that I did a substitution for, I'm going to use a parentheses. The reason why is a common mistake is if the B value was a negative number, students forget to put another negative there. So parentheses also show us the different math operations. Okay, so we did identify A, B, and C, wrote down the quadratic formula, substitute, now we're going to simplify. These 4 easy steps might also be something you put down on your formula sheet. Class, what's the opposite of 11? As some students were asking me, this can also be read as negative 1 times 11, which is a negative 11. Class, what's 11 squared? This next part I'd like to do in a chunk. So negative 4 times 1. And what's negative 4 times 24? Negative 96. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. Let's continue simplifying. So I have negative 11 plus or minus 121 minus 96. 25 all over 2. Class, what's the square root of 25? Negative 11 plus or minus 5 over 2. Now you notice I left the plus or minus to the very end, so now we're going to split. And when I split this, one of them is going to be a plus, and one of them is going to be a minus. So basically I'm separating the plus and minus symbol. So now I'm going to have x equals negative 11 plus 5 over 2, and x equals negative 11 minus 5 over 2. Class, negative 11 plus 5. And negative 6 divided by 2 is? Negative 3. Class, negative 11 minus 5. And negative 16 divided by negative 2, or positive 2? Negative 8. I get the two solutions, negative 3, negative 8. And if you recognize, those are the same two solutions we got using factoring. So why would I do the quadratic formula? You can't, it's not factorable. Maybe in this problem you don't want to use, like yesterday's lesson, you wouldn't want to use completing the square because you're going to have to use b over 2 squared, and an odd number divided by 2 leaves you a fraction. Okay?